My dear children, how are you? I hope you are fine. In today's class, we are going to discuss the topic numbers. By this topic, we are going to recall many important concepts. Okay, so listen the class carefully. First, we are going to have a small recall on four fundamental operations. What are the four operations? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. See here. Now we are going to do a sum on addition. Read the question. 375 plus 46, 5736 plus 13,452. Before that, now we are going to recall the place values in Indian system of numeration. What are the place values in Indian system of numeration? Ones, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh, crore, 10 crores. Okay. How do you place commas among the numbers as per the Indian system of numeration? Starting from the right, you have to place the first comma after the first 3 digit, and then next every 2 digit you have to place the comma. Okay. Starting from the right, you have to place the first comma after the 3 digit, and then next every 2 digit. Okay. First see the addition sum. How do you add these numbers? Before that, we have to arrange this number as their correct places. Now we are going to arrange these numbers. First, you have to write the 375. While you are writing this number, you have to write the 5 in ones place, and 7 in tens place, and 3 in hundreds place. Go for place ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000. This is a 3-digit number. So we have only 3 numbers. Remaining places we don't have number. See the next number 46. You have to write the 6 in ones place and 4 in tens place. What is the next number? 5736. You have to write the 6 in ones place and 7 in and 3 in tens place and 7 in hundreds place and 5 in thousands place. What is the next number? 13,452. You have to write the 2 in ones place and 5 in tens place and 4 in hundreds place and 3 in thousands place and 1 in 10,000s place. By mistakenly you may write 375 and you are writing the 46 like this. It is wrong. You have to write the 6 in the place of ones. So you have to maintain the place values of the given numbers. Then only you got the correct answer. Now we are going to add these numbers. So 5 plus 6, 11, 11 plus 6, 17, 17 plus 2, 19. So our carryover is among this 19, you have to write the 9. That is the number which is in the place of ones here, and number which is in the place of tens carry over to the next column. So write the 1 here. 1 plus 7, 8, 8 plus 4, 12, 12 plus 3, 15, 15 plus 5, 20. Write the 0 here and carry over the 2 to the next column. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 7, 12. 12 plus 4, 16. So write the 6 here and carry over 1 to the next column. 5 plus 1, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. And write the 1 as this. So what is your answer? You have to place the comma after the first 3 digits starting from the right. So answer is 19,609. Do you understand, children? Next we are going to see problem on operation subtraction. So you have to subtract this 9,786 from 34,235. First you have to write the bigger number upper row, and then you have to write the next number in the second row. Now you have to subtract the numbers from right to left. Always you have to subtract the number from right to left. Okay, this is the way you have to write this number. Don't write the number 9 in the place of below to the 3. It is wrong. You have to maintain the place value of the even digits. 5 in the ones place, 6 also in the ones place. Similarly 3 and 8 in the tens place, 2 and 7 in the hundreds place, 4 and 9 in the thousands place, and 3 in the 10,000s place. Okay. Now we are going to subtract the 6 from 5, but the number 5 is smaller than 6. We will go for the borrowing. By subtracting 1 from 3, you get 2. By adding 1 with 5, you get 15. Why we are writing the 15 here? Because the difference between these two place value is 10. So yeah, by borrowing 1, we are adding the 10 to this number. So here we are writing the 5 as 15. Do you understand? Now we are going to subtract the 6 from 15. What is your answer? 9. So 15 minus 6, 9. Next, subtract the number 8 from 2, but the number 2 is smaller number. So again we are go for the borrowing. By subtracting 1 from 2, we get 1. And 2 converted as 12. Next, we are going to subtract the 8 from 12. What is your answer? 4. Next, subtract the 7 from 1. What is smaller number? So again we are go for the borrowing. So taking 1 from 4, it becomes 3 and 1 becomes 11. Subtracting 7 from 10, we get 3. 3 plus 1, 4. So here 11 minus 7, 4. Next, subtract the 9 from 3. Again go for the borrowing. By subtracting 1 from 3, we get 2 and 3 we get 13. By subtracting the 9 from 13, we get the number 4. And write the 2 as it is. So our answer is, you have to place the comma after 3 digits starting from the right. So our answer is 24,414 again. Do you understand? See the next sum. Now we are going to multiply these two numbers. Now we are going to multiply this 4-digit number by this 2-digit number. How do you multiply? By multiplying this number by number in the ones place first and then number in the tens place. In the ones place we have the number 5. So first we are going to multiply this number by 5. First you have to multiply the number 5 by 3. Okay. So 5 3s are 15. So what is your carry over? 1. So next you have to multiply the 5 with 0. 0 into 5. If you multiply any number with 0, you get the answer 0. So 5 into 0, 0. 0 plus 1, 1. Do you understand? 5 5s are 25. Write the 5 here and carry over the 2 to the next number. So 5 5s are 25. Here we have written 5 and carry over is 2. 5 4s are 20. 20 plus 2, 22. Do you understand? Next we are going to multiply this number by numbers in the 10th place, tens place. In the tens place we have the number 2. While you are multiplying this number by 2, while you are writing the number, you have to left to one place and then you have to start to write the number from the tens place. Okay, this is the rule for multiplication. So multiply this number by 2. 3 2s are 6. 2 into 0, 0. 5 2s are 10. Remainder 1. 4 2s are 8. 8 plus 1, 9. Now we are going to add these two rows of numbers. Here you may add 0 also. Okay. So 5 plus 0, 5. 1 plus 6, 7. 5 plus 0, 5. 2 plus 0, 2. 2 plus 9, 11. So you have to place the comma after the first 3 digit from the right and then every 2 digit. So our answer is 1,12,575. Do you understand, children? Next we are going to do the division sum. Okay. Here we have a very simple problem. We are going to divide this number by 5. What is this number? 10,280. This is called dividend. The number which divides is called divisor. Okay, this is divisor, this is dividend. Okay. Now our divisor is 5. It is a single digit number. So first you have to choose the single digit. But the single digit is 1. It is smaller than the divisor. So you have to choose 2 digit. You have to choose only 1 digit because our divisor is 1 digit number. Here that 1 digit, that is the selected 1 digit is smaller than the divisor. So in that case you have to choose the 2 digit. Okay. Thus we have chosen the 2 digit thing. Next you have to check the number, selected number 10 comes in the table of 5. We know the 5 table. 1 5 is 5, 2 5s are 10, 3 5s are 15, 4 5s are 20, 5 5s are 25, 6 5s are 30, 7 5s are 35. What's going on? Now we have to check that number 10 comes in the table of 5. Yes, it comes in the table of 5 how many times? 2 times. So this is the place you have to write the quotient. Here you have to write the times only. So 2 5s are 10. Write the 10 here. Next you have to subtract them. 10 minus 10, 0. After that, you have to bring down the next number. What is the next number? 2. Bring down the 2, but the 2 is smaller than the divisor. So again you have to choose the two numbers. So bring down the next number. This is the next number, 8. Now the number became 28. So in a single step, we have bring down 2 digits. So if you are bringing down the 2 digits at a single step means you have to add 1 0 to the quotient. So it is a rule of division. If you bringing down 2 digits at a single step at a time means you have to add 1 0 in the quotient. Suppose you are bringing down 3 digits at a single step means you have to add 2 zeros in the quotient. Do you understand children? Now our number is 28, but in the table of 5 we don't have 25. So we are checking for the previous number of 28. Thus we got only 25 only. So in 5 table 25 comes 5 times. So 5 5s are 25. Now we are going to subtract this. So subtracting 25 from 28 you get 3 and then bring down the next 0. So what is your answer? 30. So 30 comes in 5 table how many times? 6 times. So write the number 6 in the quotient place. 6 5s are 30. Again you have to subtract. Your remainder is 0. Thus we have the quotient 2056. And you have the remainder as 0. Do you understand children? Next we are going to see some problems. See here, these are the multiplication sum. Observe the numbers. Here we have the numbers ending with 0. Now we are going to do how to multiply the numbers ending with 0 easily. Okay. See here, 452 into 200. Before multiplying this number by 200, we first just strike out the zeros or forget the zeros and then multiply the given number by the remaining number. What is the remaining number? 2. So 2 2s are 4, 5 2s are 10, remainder 1, 4 2s are 8, 8 plus 1 9. After that you have to add the 2 zeros along with the answer. Thus the number 452 multiplied with 200 you get the answer. You have to place the number after 3 digits. 90,400. Similarly, see the next number 6,935 multiplied by 300. First forget these 2 zeros. Multiply the number by 3. 5 3s are 15. Remainder 1. 3 3s are 9. 9 plus 1 10. Remainder 1. 9 3s are 27. 27 plus 1 28. Remainder 2. 6 3s are 18. 18 plus 2, 20. And then you have to add the 2 zeros. You have to place the number after the 3 digits and then you have only 2 digits. Thus we got the answer. 1s, 10s, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 80,500. See the next number 400 into 20. Here we have the two numbers ending with 0. Forget the zeros. 4 into 2, 8. And then you have to add the 3 zeros. So answer is 8,000. It's clear children? Next children, we are going to recall about the numbers. Okay. First we are going to see about the natural numbers. What is the symbol for natural numbers? Capital N. What is the another name for natural numbers? Yes, counting numbers. Because we are using the numbers 1, 2, 3 to count the things. That's why they are said to be counting numbers. So first we are going to see natural numbers. The symbol for it is capital N. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. it was going on. Okay. So in this number system, in this natural number system, we may have 10, 100, 1000, lakh, crores, tables like that. But we don't have the number 0 in front of 1. So the natural number system did not have the number 0. Though it has 10, 100, 1000, it did not have the number 0 alone. So if you add 0 with these natural numbers, you get whole numbers. So what is the symbol for whole numbers? Capital W. So natural numbers and whole numbers, the only difference is in the whole numbers we have the number 0 in front of 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 etc. are said to be whole numbers. Which is the smallest natural number? 1. Which is the smallest whole number 0. Okay, natural number start with 1, whole number start with 0. So these are the things you have to keep in your mind. Okay, next we are going to see integers. What is the symbol for integers? Is in case of whole numbers and natural numbers, we have the numbers only in positive. But in case of integers, we have negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. So this collection of negative numbers, 0, positive numbers are said to be integers. Okay, so integers contains negative numbers, whole numbers. We may also define the integers as integers contains negative numbers, whole numbers. Okay, we can define integers as negative numbers, 0, positive numbers, otherwise negative numbers, whole numbers. Also we can define the integers as negative numbers, 0, natural numbers. So we can define integers in 3 ways. Anyway, integers contains 3 numbers. What are they? Negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. Okay. Next we are going to see types of numbers. Don't confuse with these types of number along with natural numbers and whole numbers. We are taking this number from this numbers from this system only, from natural number, from whole numbers and integers. We are taking some numbers and we are classifying them as even numbers, odd numbers, prime numbers, composite numbers. Like that we are classifying such numbers. So this is the number system. These are the types of numbers. We are taking these numbers from this system only. Okay. So first we are going to see about even numbers. What is meant by even numbers? We can define the even numbers as numbers which are divisible by 2, numbers which are multiples of 2 are said to be even numbers. So what are the even numbers? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. It was going on. Okay, so we can define these numbers as even numbers. One more thing we have to note about the even numbers is even numbers units place digit. What is the units place digits of even numbers? See here. Observe the 2-digit number here 18. What is the number in the unit place? 8. Here 16. What is the number in the unit place? 6. For 14, 4. For 12, 2. For 10, 0. So the units place digit of even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. So we can shortly say numbers which are ends with 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8 are said to be even numbers. Do you understand, children? So these are the things you have to remember about the even numbers. Okay. Next we are going to see odd numbers. Numbers which are not even are said to be odd numbers. We can also define the odd numbers as numbers which are not divisible by 2. Numbers which are not divisible by 2. See here, these are the odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, etc. These are the odd numbers. Do you understand, children? You have to note the children. What are the digits in the unit place of odd numbers? See here, for 15, 5, 13, 3, 11, 9, for 17, 7, and 19, 9. So, digits in the unit place of odd numbers is 1 or 3 or 5 or 7 or 9. So you can easily identify the given number which are odd or even. Those numbers which are ends with 2, 4, 6, 8 and 0 are said to be even numbers. So what is the last digit of the odd numbers? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So number ends with such digits are said to be odd numbers. So you must have the clear idea about even numbers and odd numbers. So what is the opposite of even numbers? Odd numbers. Numbers which are not even are said to be odd. Numbers which are not odd are said to be even. Okay. Next we are going to see prime numbers. This is a very important concept. You must remember this. Okay. What is mean by prime numbers? Numbers that have only 2 factors. 1 and the number itself are called prime numbers. Read the definition once again. Numbers that have only 2 factors. Numbers which have only 2 factors. What are the 2 factors? 1 and the number itself are called prime numbers. What are the prime numbers? See here, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, etc. It was going on. In your maths book, you have the now prime numbers up to 100. I think in page number 44. Okay. So how can you define the prime numbers? We can write the prime number as a product of 1 and itself only. We can't write this 2 as a multiple of some other numbers. Similarly, we can write 13 as 1 into 13 only. That's why we are saying numbers that have only 2 factors, they are 1 and itself. Such numbers are said to be prime numbers. I hope you all understand the concept of prime numbers. Okay, so we can call these numbers as a prime numbers. You have to remember these numbers. What are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, etc. It was going on. Similarly, we can say number which are not prime are said to be composite number. Number which are not said to be, number which are not prime are said to be composite number. Also, we can say the number 1 as neither prime nor composite. 1 is not a prime number and 1 is not a composite number. Okay. Next, we are going to see divisibility test. These are the very important tests. Here we have the 2 divisibility tests, 3 divisibility tests. One is for 2 and next for 3 and next for 5. Okay. First we are going to see divisibility test for 2. Okay. How can you identify that given number is divisible by 2 or not? Before that, you must know the meaning of divisible. What is meant by divisible? You can divide any number by any number. But the concept of divisible is, if you divide a given number by 2, it must leave the remainder as 0. For example, if you divide the 12 by 2, 6 2s are 12, our remainder is 0. So in this case, we can say 12 is divisible by 2. You can also divide the number 30 by 2. 6 2s are 12. But we have the remainder as 1. So in that case, we can say 13 is not divisible by 2. So you must understand the concept that divisible. Divisible means if you divide the given number by 2, it leaves the remainder 0. If you divide the given number by 3, means if it leaves the remainder 0, means we can say the given number is divisible by 3. If you divide the given number by 5, it leaves the remainder 0, means in that case we can say it is divisible by 5. Now, without using this actual division, we have the divisibility test. That is, by observing the given numbers without doing any calculation, we are going to say this number is divisible by 2. This is not divisible by 2. Now we are going to say. What is the divisibility 2 saying? All the even numbers are divisible by 2. Okay. So this is the main concept of divisibility test of 2. All the even numbers are divisible by 2. We know already how can you identify the even numbers. Numbers ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 are said to be even numbers. But we know the divisibility test of 2 say what does it define? All the even numbers are divisible by 2. So the only thing we have to know is whether it is even number or not. See the first number 452. What is the last digit? 2. It is. So the number ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 are even numbers. So it is a even number. Therefore it is divisible by 2. It means if you divide this number by 2, it gives the remainder 0. Okay. See the next one, 36. What is the last digit? 6. So it is a even number. So it is also divisible by 2. So if you divide 36 by 2, definitely you get the remainder 0. Similarly, see this is also even number. So it is also divisible by 2. It is also divisible by 2. It is also divisible by 2. Suppose if I add 1 here. Now we can say 1101 is divisible by 2? No, because it ends with 1. We can say number ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 only even numbers. This is a odd number. So it is not divisible by 2. We can divide this number by 2, but we can't get the remainder as 0. So this is not divisible by 2. Suppose if you write here 4 means at that time it is divisible by 2. I hope you all understand the concept divisibility test 2. Okay. Next we are going to see divisibility by 3. It is very important test. Listen carefully, children. how can you check the given number is divisible by 3 or not without doing actual division? Okay. If the sum of all the digits of a given number is divisible by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. You have one given example. How can you check whether this number is divisible by 3 or not? You have to sum. Sum means add all the digits of the given number. Now we are going to sum these digits. So 6 plus 3 plus 6. 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 6, 15. If the sum is divisible by 3, we can say entire number is divisible by 3. What is our sum? 15. 15 is divisible by 3. See the next number, 4536. Now we are going to check whether this number is divisible by 3 or not. What we have to sum the given number. So 4 plus 5 plus 3 plus 6. 4 plus 5, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 6, 18. Thus we got the number 18. We know that 18 is divisible by 3. So we can say the entire given number 4536 is divisible by 3. Suppose if you got the answer without the number comes in the 3 table like 4, 6, 7 like that means at the place you have to say the given number is not divisible by 3. Okay. If you want to check whether the given number is divisible by 3 means you have to sum the given number digits. You get the answer which comes in the 3 table means we can say that number is divisible by 3. Otherwise we can say that given number is not divisible by 3. Do you understand, children? Next we are going to see divisibility by 5. How can you identify the given number is divisible by 5 or not? Numbers which have their last digit as 0 or 5 are divisible by 5. Number ends with 0 are divisible by 5. Numbers ends with 5 are also divisible by 5. So we can, by seeing a number, we can easily say this divisible by 5 or not. See the first number, the number ends with 5. So it is divisible by 5. This number ends with 0. So it is also divisible by 5. See this number, it is ends with 0. So it is also divisible by 5. Suppose check this number 636. It does not ends with 5. So it is not divisible by 5. Similarly, it is also not divisible by 5. So by divisibility by 5, we can easily check by their observing their last digit. If the last digit is 0 or 5, we can easily say it is divisible by 5. It's clear, children? Next, children, we are going to see important concept, prime factorization. What is meant by prime factorization? We have to find the prime factors of given number. This process is said to be prime factorization. In the process of prime factorization, you must use the prime numbers. What are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, etc. See the first number 18. Now we are going to find the prime factors of number 18. Okay. See what is the last digit of 18? 8. So it is a even number. We know all the even numbers are divisible by 2. What are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, etc. So 2 is a prime number. All the even numbers are divisible by 2. So we are going to factorize this 18 first by using the prime number 2. So first our divisor is 2. Now we have to check the number 18 comes in 2 table or not. In 2 table 18 comes how many times? 9 times. This is times and this is table and this is answer. Okay. Here you have to write only the times, not the table, not the answer. Okay. So in 2 table 18 comes how many times? 9 times. So here you have to write 9. Do you understand? See, 9 is a odd number. See, it is by seeing it we can say it is divisible by 3. 3 is also a prime number. So next our divisor is 3. In 3 table 9 comes how many times? 3 times. So you have to write the times. So 3 3s are 9. Don't write the answer, don't write the tables. So 3 times 3. Again we get a prime number. So all the prime numbers are divisible by itself only. So divide the 3 by 3. So 1 time. So thus we have factorized the 18 as 2 into 3 into 3. Okay. See the next number 15. By seeing it we can say it ends with 5. So it is reduced by 5. Also we can say 1 plus 5. Our answer is 6. Sum the digits 1 plus 5. Your answer is 6. So it is divisible by 3 also. So 15 is divisible by 3 as well as 5. So you can choose any divisor 3 as well as 5. I am choosing the divisor 3. 5 3s are 15. In 3 table we get 15 5 times. So here you have to write 5 times. So it is a prime number. So it is divisible by 5 only. So write 5 here. 1 please. Do you understand? Next here we have 12. By observing the last digit we can say it is an even number. So it is divisible by 2. So divide the 12 by 2. In 2 table 12 comes how many times? 6 times. See here we get the number 6. 6 is an even number. It is divisible by 2. Also it is divisible by 3 also. So here you may choose the divisor as 2 or 3. Both are correct. Here I am choosing 3. Okay. 2 times. See here in 3 table 6 comes how many times? 2 times. 2 3s are 6. So here you have to write the times. 2 is a prime number. So divide the prime number by prime number. So 1 times. Thus we have factorized the number 12 as 2 into 3. While you are arranging the prime numbers, you have to follow the ascending order. First write the small number and then write the bigger number. You have to follow the ascending order. Okay, next we are finding number 24. By seeing the number we can say it is even number. So it is divisible by 2. Sum the digits 2 plus 4 6. So it is also divisible by 3. So here you may choose 3 or 2. Both are correct. First I am choosing 2 as a divisor. Suppose if you choose 3 as a divisor, here you have to write 3. You can do in both methods. Okay. So first you have to choose one digit only. 2 comes in table how many times? 1 time. So write here 1. 1 2 is 2. 4 comes in table how many times? 2 times. So 1 2 is 2. Write the 1 here. 2 2s are 4. Write the 2 here. Here we have the factors 12. So write 2. 6 2s are 12. Here 2. 3 2s are 6. 3 is a prime number. So you can divide the prime number by prime number. Here first we have chosen the divisor as 3. So in 3 table 24 comes how many times? 8 times. So 8 is a even number. So we can divide it by 2. How many times? 4 times. 4 is a even number. So we can divide by 2. 2 2s are 4. Divided again we get a prime number. So it is divisible by 2. 1 2 is 2. So what are the thus we have factorized the 24 as prime numbers. So 24 equal to, while you are writing the factors, you want to follow the ascending orders. So how many 2s we have? 3 2s. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. In both the answers we have the 3 to 1, 1 3. So we can choose any divisor as first, but you get the same answer. Okay. Next we are going to see important concept HCF. HCF means highest common factor. We can find HCF for more than 2 numbers. Okay. How do you find the HCF of given numbers? By using this prime factorization method, we are going to find that. Okay. First, see the question 12 and 24. Now we are going to factorize the number. 12 is a even number. So we can choose the divisor as 2. So 6 times. Again I am choosing the divisor 2. 3 2s are 6. 3 is a prime number. So our divisor is 3. Not 3 is. Next our number is 24. First I am choosing 3 as a divisor. 8 3s are 24. 2 times 4 2s are 8. 2 table 2 times 2 1. Now we are going to arrange the prime factors. 12 equal to 2 into 2 into 3. 24 equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Thus we have factorized the given numbers. Next we are going to found the HCF of 12 and HCF of 12 and 24. How do you find the HCF of 12 and 24? By circling the common factors. See, here also we have 2, here also we have 2. So circle the 2. Similarly, here also we have 2, here also we have 2. Circle the 3. Here also we have 3, here also we have 2. So you have to circle it. And then you have to write the circle number here one time. For these 2, here you have to write 1, 2. For these 2, here you have to write one time of 2. Similarly for 3 also. And then you have to multiply these values. 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. Thus, HCF of 12 and 24 is 12. That is, among the divisors of 12 and 24, the highest common divisor is 12. Do you understand, children? Among the divisors of, that is factors of 12 and 24, the common and the highest number is 12. So 12 is the HCF of 12 and 24. Next we are going to find the HCF of 36 and 42. Listen carefully. Both the numbers are even numbers. So we can divide the number by 2 first. First I am choosing the divisor 2. See here, children. Sum the digit 3 plus 6, 9. So it is also divisible by 3 also. So we can choose the divisor 2 or 3. Here I am choosing my divisor as 2. Here you can also choose the divisor as 3 also. Okay. First we are going to check 3 comes in 2 table. We can't take the 3 in 2 table as the answer. So 1 2 is 2, 2 2s are 4. So here you have to write 1 2 is 2. So if you subtracting the 2 from 3, you get the 1 remainder. You have to write the remainder here in front of 6. Thus the 6 becomes 16. So 16 comes in 2 table how many times? 8 times. So 8 2s are 16. Do you understand, children, how we are writing here 18? Okay. Next see this number 18. It is divisible by 2 as well as 3. Because sum the digit 1 plus 8, 9. It is divisible by 3. It is a even number. So it is divisible by 2 also. Here I am choosing my divisor as 2. 9 2s are 18. 9 is divisible by 3. So divided by 3. 3 3s are 9. 3 is a prime number. So we can divide by 3. Thus we have factorized the given number 36 by using the prime numbers. Okay. Next we are going to factorize the number 42. First I am choosing my divisor as 2. See here, this is also divisible by 3. Because sum the digit 4 plus 2, 6. So it is divisible by 3. Here I am choosing my divisor as 2. 4 comes in 2 table how many times? 2 times. 2 comes in 2 table how many times? 1 time. Thus we got the answer 21. Now we have to find the divisor of 21. It should be a prime number. Sum the digit 2 plus 1, 3. So it is divisible by 3. So our divisor is 3. We understand, children, how we are choosing the 3 here. We are summing the digit 2 plus 1, 3. 3 is divisible by 3. So 21 is divisible by 3. So here we have chosen the number 3. So 21 comes in 3 table how many times? 7 times. But 7 is a prime number. So all the prime numbers are divisible by itself only. So our divisor is 7 only. Thus we have prime factorized the given numbers. Next we are going to form the HCF of given number. For that you have to arrange the numbers 36 equal to 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. Similarly 42 equal to 2 into 3 into 7. Next we have to circle the common factors. Here also we have 2, here also we have 2. Here also we have 3, here also we have 3. Thus we have circled the common factors. Next we are going to find the HCF of 12, 36 and 42. How do you find? By multiplying the common factors. So 2 into 3. What is your answer? 6. So HCF of 36 and 42 is 6. Do you understand that? Next we are going to see the next concept, LCM. What is meant by LCM? Least common multiple. How we are going to find the least common multiple of given numbers? By using the division method. That is, we are using the prime factorization method, but we are factorizing the given number at a simultaneously we are going to factorizing the given numbers. So we can call this method as division method. You have to write the number at simultaneously. That is, you have to factorize the given number simultaneously. Okay. Here we see we are factorizing the number separately, 36 and 42. Here also we have factorized the given number separately. But in the case of LCM, we have to factorize the given number simultaneously. Observe the number, they are even numbers, so they are divisible by 2. First I am choosing a divisor as 2. In 2 table, 12 comes how many times? 6 times. Similarly, in 2 table, 18 comes how many times? 9 times. So, thus we have factorized the 12 and 18 by using the prime number 2. Your divisor should be always the prime numbers. What are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. These are said to be prime numbers. Okay. Next, observe the number. One number is 6, one number is 9. 6 is divided by both 2 and 3, but 9 is divided by 3 only. So we are choosing the divisor as 3. So here our divisor is 3. 6 comes in 3 table how many times? 2 times. 9 comes in 3 table how many times? 3 times. So here you have to write 3. Thus we have factorized the 6 and 9 by using the number 3. Thus we got the numbers 2 and 3, both are prime numbers. So you should use the prime numbers to factorize it. First I am choosing the number 2. So 1, 2 is 2. 3 should not be divisible by 2. So write the 3 as it is. In the next step you have to use the number 3 to factorize it. So write the 1 as it is, 1, 3 is 3. Thus we have factorized the given number. Next we are going to find the LCM of 12 and 18. How we are going to find? By multiplying these prime numbers, we are going to find out the LCM of 12 and 18. What are the numbers? What are the prime factors? While you are writing the numbers, you must follow the ascending order. Arrange the numbers. 2 into 2. 2 comes 2 times and 3 comes 3 times. So 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. 2 2s are 4. 3 3s are 9. So 4 9s are 36. So what is the LCM of 12 and 18? 36. It means among the multiples of 12 and 18, among the common multiples of 12 and 18, the least number is 36. Do you understand, children? Among the common multiples of 12 and 18, the least number is 36. So we can say LCM of 12 and 18 as 36. Next, children, we are going to see addition and subtraction of integers. How can we add and subtract the integers? By using the two rules. Rule 1. What is rule 1? The given integers are in same sign means we have to add. And the sum get common sign. But what is rule 2? Different sign. Suppose the given integers having different sign means we have to subtract. How do you subtract? You have to subtract the smaller number from the larger number. You get one result. That result get larger numbers. Okay. Let us see some example for rule 1. See the first one. 7 minus of minus 2. So in order to evaluate these two integers, we have to remove the bracket first. How do you remove the brackets? By multiplying the symbols inside and outside the bracket. So we have to multiply the symbols inside and outside of the brackets. We know how to multiply the symbols. Plus into plus, plus. Minus into minus, plus. Plus into minus, minus. Minus into plus, minus. If you multiply the same sign means you get the answer in positive. If you multiply the different symbol means you get the answer minus. Okay. Keep this in your mind. Remember these multiplication rules. These are very important. Okay. Now we are going to remove the bracket. How do you remove the brackets? By multiplying the symbols inside and outside the bracket. So first write the first integer as it is. 7 minus into minus plus 7 plus 2. Thus, what is the symbol for 7? It is understood. It has the symbol plus. What is the symbol for 2? Plus. So the given integers are in same sign. Same sign means we have to add. So add 7 and 2. 7 plus 2, 9. So this is our sum. This sum get common sign. What is the common sign here? Plus. So our answer is plus 9. You may also write only the 9 above. Both are correct. You may write plus 9 or 9 simply. Okay. Next see the second one, minus 4 plus, within the bracket we have minus 2. So write the first integer as it is. How do you remove the bracket? By multiplying the symbol inside and outside the bracket. So plus into minus, our answer is minus. Write the integer as it is 2. Do you understand, children? Write the first integer minus 4, plus into minus minus. So our answer is minus 4 minus 2. As per the rule 1, the given two integers are in same sign. Same sign means we have to add. Add the values 4 plus 2. Our answer is 6. Ignore the symbol and add 4 plus 2, 6. So 6 is our sum. This sum get common sign. What is the common sign here? Symbol of 4 is also minus. Symbol of 2 is also minus. So our answer, the sum get the symbol minus. So minus 4 minus 2. What is our answer? Minus 6. Do you understand, children? See the next one. Minus 6 minus 3. Here we have no brackets. So there is no need to multiply the symbols. So you just apply the rule 1. The given two integers are in same sign. So we have to add. Add the two integers, ignore the symbol and add 6 plus 3, 9. And this sum get common sign. What is the common sign here? Minus. So our answer is minus 9. Do you understand? See the next one. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 4. Here we have the three integers. All the integers have the same sign, that is minus. So as per the rule 2, the given integers are in same sign means we have to add and the sum get the common sign. So we have to add the integers. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 4, 9. So what is the common sign here? Minus. So assign the symbol minus to the sum. Okay. So our answer is minus 9. I hope you understand the rule 1 thoroughly. Next we are moving to the rule 2. What is rule 2? The given integers are in different sign means we are go for the operation subtraction and then you get one result. The result gives the larger number sign. Okay. Let us see some examples. See the first one. Minus 7 minus of minus 2. In order to evaluate this problem, first step is we have to remove the brackets. How do you remove the brackets? By multiplying the symbol inside and outside of it. First write the first integer minus 7. Write the integer as minus 7. And then multiply the symbol minus into minus plus. Write the integer 2. Thus, the given integers are 2, they are 7 and 2, they have the different sign. So, we will go for the operation subtraction. How do you subtract? Subtract the smaller number from the larger number. So, you have to subtract the 2 from 7. Your answer is 5. This is our result. What is our result? 5 is our result. As per the rule 2, the result get larger number sign. So how do you find the larger number? By ignoring the symbol, you have to find the larger number. Which is the larger number here? 7. What is the symbol for it? Minus. So our answer is minus 5. Do you understand, children? How we are getting the minus 5? Okay. Let's move to the second sum. 8 plus, within the bracket we have minus 3. In order to remove the bracket, we have to multiply the symbols inside and outside the bracket. So 8 plus into minus, minus 3. Thus the given two integers are in different sign. So we have to go for the subtraction. Subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. This is the normal subtraction. Okay. So 8 minus 3, our answer is 5. Here which is the larger number? 8 is the larger number. So as per the rule 2, the result get larger number sign. So our result is 5. Our larger number is 8. The symbol of the larger number 8 is plus. So there is no need to write the symbol plus here. So write this 5 simply as it is. Okay. See the next one. Minus 20 plus 10. So as per the rule 2, the given integers are in different sign. So we have to subtract the smaller number from the larger number. Subtract the 10 from 20. So what is your result? 10. And this result get the symbol of larger number. Among these two numbers, you have to ignore the symbol and find the larger number. Which is the larger number? 20. What is the symbol for 20? Minus. So assign the minus for your result. So our answer is minus 10. We understand? See the next one. Minus 17 minus of minus 2. So first to write the first integer as it is. And then multiply the symbol inside and outside the bracket. Minus into minus plus 2. Thus the given integers are in different symbol. One symbol is minus and another symbol is plus. So as per the rule 2, we have to subtract the smaller number from the larger number. So 17 minus 2, our answer is 15. So our result is 15. As per the rule 2, this 15 assign the symbol of larger number. What is the symbol for larger number? minus. So our answer is minus 15. I hope you understand how to add and subtract the integers. Next we are going to see multiplication of integers. What is the rule for multiplication of integers? Before multiplying the values, you must multiply the symbols and then you have to multiply the values. Here what are the values? 2, 1, 3 are values. What are the symbol? Minus. It is understood the symbol of 3 is plus. So plus minus into plus minus. 3 2s are 6. Do you understand? See the next one. What are the symbol? Minus, minus. So minus into minus plus 4 3s are 12. See the next one. 6 into 2. This is the normal multiplication. What is the symbol for 6 plus? What is the symbol for 2 plus? So plus into plus plus. 6 2s are 12. So our answer is 12 or plus 12. Both are correct. See the next one. What is the symbol for 10? Plus. So plus into minus minus. 10 3s are 30. So our answer is minus 30. That's all about the multiplication of integers. Okay. See the next one. Division of integers. How can we divide the integers? See the first one. Minus 10 by 2. Here the numerator contains the negative symbol and denominator have the positive symbol. As per the multiplication rules, division rule also follows. Similarly, plus divided by plus, our answer is plus. Minus divided by minus, our answer is minus. Plus. Plus divided by minus, minus. Minus divided by plus, also minus. So see here, minus by plus, our answer is minus. And then you have to cancel one time. Here 5 times. Here we are using the 2 table. So 1 2 is 2, 5 2s are 10. So our answer is minus 5 by 1. The denominator having 1 means we can use that denominator and write the numerator alone. So our answer is minus 5. See here, the numerator and denominator both are having the symbol minus. So as per the division rule, minus divided by minus. See here, minus divided by minus, our answer is plus only. We can also explain as minus minus getting cancelled. We can also cancel the symbols. Okay. Next we have go for the cancellation. 12 by 3. We can use the 3 table to cancel both the numerator and the denominator. You should use the common table to cancel the both denominator and numerator. So 1 3 is 3, 4 3s are 4. So 4 by 1, leave the denominator 1 and write the 4 as it is. So our answer is 4 plus minus 12 by minus 3. We get the answer plus 4. Okay. See the next one. 25 by minus 4. As per the division rule, plus by minus is minus. So we can assign this negative symbol to the numerator. So minus 25 by 5. And then use the 5 table to cancel. 1 5 is 5, 5 5s are 25. So minus 5 by 1. So we can use the denominator and write the answer as minus 5. Okay. These are the things definitely you have to keep in your mind in the process of division of integers. And next we have the note 0 by 17. What is your answer? 0. 14 by 0. What is its answer? Not defined. If any fraction containing the 0 as its denominator means it is not defined. In case if you have the 0 as numerator means you have to write the answer 0. Do you understand, children? Next we are going to see 4 operations on fraction. See the first one. 13 by 15 plus 3 by 5. See here children, observe the denominators, they are different. We can add or subtract only the like fractions. Here we have the unlike fractions. What is meant by like fraction? Denominator should be same, but here we have the different denominators. So in order to add these two fractions, we have to convert them into like fractions. How do you convert them into like fractions? By taking the LCM of their denominators. What are the denominators? 5 and 15. So we have to use the prime number for the factorization. So 1 5 is 5, 3 5s are 15. So main one. So what is the LCM of 5, 15 and 5 into 3. So our LCM is 15. Thus we have found out the LCM of their denominators. What is the next step? We have to convert this unlike fraction into like fractions. How do you convert? First write the question. 13 by 15 plus 3 by 5. See, observe the first denominator 15, LCM also 15. So there is no need to change in the first fraction. So write the first fraction as it is. Plus, observe the second one denominator. Here we have the 5. Here our LCM is 15. In order to convert 5 into 15, we have to multiply the 5 by 3. So you have to multiply the numerator also by 3. What is our numerator here? 3. So 13 by 15, write as it is 13 by 15 because the denominator and the LCMs are same. And write 3 by 5 as 5 into 3, 3 into 3 because in order to change the 5 into 15 you have to multiply the 5 by 3. So you have to multiply the numerator also by 3. So we are multiplying the both denominator and numerator by the 3. Okay. Now we are going to multiply 13 by 15 plus 3 3s are 9. 5 3s are 15 plus we get the 2 like fractions. Now they are ready to add. How do you add the like fractions? By adding the numerator. So 13 plus 9. What is your answer? 22 by 15. See, this is an improper fraction. So you have to convert them into mixed fraction. How do you convert? By dividing the numerator by the denominator. 115 is 15. Subtracting with the remainder 7. So write the remainder as the numerator and quotient as the whole part. Write the denominator as the denominator. So our answer for 13 by 15 plus 3 by 5 is 1 7 by 15. See the next one, 5 by 6 minus 1 by 4. In order to subtract these two unlike fractions, we have to convert them into like fractions. Further, we have to take LCM for their denominators. Your LCMs, our denominators are 6 and 4. First, I am using the number 2. So 3 times 2 times. Again 2. Write the 3 as it is 3 1 1. Now we are going to find the LCM. LCM equal to 2 into 3. So 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. So the LCM of 6 and 4 is 12. Now we have to convert these two unlike fractions into like fraction. 5 by 6 minus 1 by 4 which is equal to, see here, in order to convert 6 into 12 we have to multiply the 6 by 2. So you have to multiply both denominator as well as numerator by 2 and write the simple minus as it is. Next, write the fraction 1 by 4. In order to convert 4 into 12, we have to multiply it by 3. So multiply both denominator and numerator by 3. Next, multiply the values. 5 2s are 10, 6 2s are 12. 1 3 is 3, 4 3s are 12. Thus we get the two like fractions. How do you subtract these two like fractions? By subtracting their numerator. So 10 minus 3 by 12. You have to write the denominator only once. So 10 minus 3, 7 by 12. Here we have the proper fraction. So there is no need to convert into mixed fraction. Once you get the improper fraction, what is meant by improper fraction? Numerator value is greater than its denominator. Such fractions are said to be improper fraction. In that case only you have to convert them into mixed fraction. Here we get only the proper fraction. So leave the answer as it is. Okay. Next we are going to see how to multiply two fractions. How do you multiply? By multiplying their numerator as well as denominator. How do you multiply the fraction? See here, 6 by 11 into 7 by 48. Once again in the solution part you have to write the question. Okay. First you have to multiply their numerator. Similarly, multiplying their denominator. Before multiplying these values, you have to check whether there is a possible for cancellation. See here, 7, 7, 7. Both are multiples of 11. So you have to use the 11 table for cancellation. 1 11 is 11, 7 11s are 77. So 6 into 7 by 1 into 48. See here we have the 6, here we have the 48. So you can use 2 table or 3 table also to cancel it. Now I am using the 2 table. So 3 2s are 6, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. So our answer is 3 into 7, 1 into 24, 24. Again I am using 3 table for cancellation. So 1 3 is 3, 8 3s are 24. So 1 times, 8 times. So 1 into 7, 7, 8. Again we get a proper fraction. So there is no need to conversion. Thus we have multiplied the two given fractions 6 by 11 and 77 by 48. We get an answer 7 by 8. Do you understand children? Next we are going to see how to divide two fractions. In the solution part, once again you have to write the questions. See here, this is very important division of fraction. In order to divide these two fractions, we have to change this divide into multiplication operation. How can you change the divide into multiplication operation? By taking reciprocal of the second fraction. This is the first fraction, this is the second fraction. So simultaneously you have to take them reciprocal and change the division operation into multiplication. So yeah, at the same step you have to convert this divide into multiplication by taking reciprocal of the second fraction. So 35 by 16. What is meant by reciprocal of the fraction? Interchange layer numerator and denominator is said to be reciprocal of the fraction. 2 by 3. What is the reciprocal of 2 by 3? 3 by 2. What is the reciprocal of 2? You have to understood the denominator contains 1. So reciprocal of the 2 by 1 is 1 by 2. Okay, keep this in your mind. Thus we have in the process of division of two fractions, we have to change the divide into multiplication by taking reciprocal of the second fractions. So this is how we know how to multiply the two fractions by multiplying their numerator and their denominator. So we can easily multiply their numerator as well as their denominator. So before multiplying the numerator and denominator, we have to check the possible for cancellation. Observe the numbers 35, 25. Both are multiples of 5. So you have to use 5 table for cancellation. So 7 times, 5 times. So 4 into 7 by 5 into 16. Observe number 4 and 16. Both are multiples of 4. So you can use 4 table for cancellation. 1 4 is 4. 4 4s are 16. There is no other possibility because 7 and 5 are prime numbers. So we have to get for the final answer. So 1 into 7. 5 into 4, 1 into 7, 7, 5 4s are 20. What type of fraction is this? Proper fraction. Thus we have seen how to add, how to subtract, how to multiply, how to divide the fractions. Write your classroom neatly, do your homework correctly. Okay, thank you children.